So a customer brought this J45 historic collection in to have me do some fret work and a few other things on. He wanted to change the tuners. Someone had replaced original tuners with these Grovers. He didn't like the look of them, so they just didn't match. You can see the footprint of the old tuners on the back, which is a Clusen style. But man, this is one of the worst hacked up tuner installations I've seen. Take a close look here. They've used a reamer very roughly and not very smoothly at all to open up the holes. The front looks bad enough. Rear, this is a crime. Look at this. Wonder who did this. Got a pretty good idea. Anyway, I'm going to put the new tuners on it that'll cover this up. This is just a shame. Anyway, this is just wrong. So I'm going to put the new tuners on and carry on. Something else I ran into here while I was tightening up the output jack. Someone had super glued the nut on it, made it a bit more difficult to get out. But anyway, what I found on the inside when I was cleaning this guitar out was two great big chunks out of the end block here that they had blown out when they drilled in to enlarge this hole. I've already socked them up in my shop vac when I was cleaning the guitar out, so I'm not digging them back out of the dirt in it. But trust me, it was there. It happened. It was just another example of a hack job here. And this is the kind of things customers don't see. So from what I've seen on this guitar in particular, with the pickup installation that I've had to correct a few other things on too, other than just the jack, and the damage up here when they'd replaced the tuners, on a grading scale where A+ would be a top grade, this is a firm F. This is a true fail. It's horrible. There's things done here that didn't need to be done. The fronts of these did not need to be reamed out at all like they did, and the back is reamed horribly. So, F. So here's another neat one. Customer brought a Telecaster in, had the pickups changed because they were so weak. And he said it was really noisy too. He said by the time he turned it up loud enough to have it loud enough in church, it made so much noise. Well, while changing the pickups, I found out there's no shielding in the guitar. Plus, like I say, here's a neat one. I've not seen this before, but Fender's starting to surprise me a lot. The Telecaster usually has this metal cover on the front pickup for a shield. Oh yeah, and all you guys that think pickups shouldn't be shielded, there's an example. Anyway, so normally there's a ground wire going from this terminal right here, soldered over here to ground it. So this cover basically is just a pretty cover right now. It's not a shield. That's one of the reasons the front pickup is so noisy. Well, here's something else I found, but I can't blame this one on the DIY guy. Fender. Shame, shame, shame. How many times have I mentioned this on my channel? Here we have another import Fender with shielding paint in the cavities. And yes, I've already checked. It is conductive. It is actually shielding paint, not just pretty gray paint. You can usually tell by the way it scuffs off like this. Over here, the little shiny spots. Anyway, if you don't connect this to ground, it's basically just gray paint. It's not connected anywhere. The control cavity shielding paint down here isn't connected to ground. This isn't connected to ground. They're not connected together. So again, they just painted cavities pretty much for nothing. However, if electronics do get into it, it'll short out. Well, here's a new one from Fender. I pulled this guitar apart to do some wiring work on it and found out that they had ran a ground wire over here to the shield. There is no shield. Fender, man. All the times I've complained about you guys putting shielding paint in a guitar and not grounding it, and then you ground the wood. Good job. Just found that amusing. I just wanted to point out briefly that this redundant grounding wire was in a Fender Select Series Stratocaster. Okay, back to our program already in progress. So I had this little Soldano come in for a different type of repair, and I noticed when I was taking the chassis out that the terminal strip here off the speaker had come loose. It was flopping around. So of course I had to drill out the original rivet here and replace it, and added some glue to make sure it didn't move. If I had been at my speaker room across town, I'd have put little lock washers on it. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. So I fixed this. Then I find this. The leads have broken off up here at one point. So they stripped them back, stuck them through the holes, and basically just crimped them once. So they make and break. I don't think you can really see how much this moves. They move my big hand. So much slop is in this. If you want to blow a tube amp, be 100% sure that's going to happen, this is the way to do it. Don't do this. An intermittent speaker load on a tube amp is automatic destruction. So, word up. Don't do this. Well, here's something you don't see in here every day. I've seen it a couple times, but it's not a regular thing. Take a look at this. Okay. Motor Vehicle 27. Aguilar Bass Amp 1. I'm giving it a 1 because it still works. He says it works anyway. We're going to check it out. Bass players. Anyway, I'm leaving you with this one. Just a few short clips I thought that you might enjoy. So until next time, play nice. I'll see you later.